President Obama, I think you're doing a great job and I support you thoroughly. However, I don't think you're going far enough on some of these situations. First of all, I'd like you to take some of that bailout money and put it into the Social Security, where the people can raise a Social Security paycheck. Also, put some of that money into the unemployment, so the unemployment figures, the money for unemployment compensation would go up. And also put the money in to the people's hands in Social Security and SSI as well. And that'll help the stimulus package, where the people will then have money to spend, because the people are the main ingredient in getting any economy going, not the banks, or not the automobile industry, or not the financial stock market. It's the people, it's the workers that are the spark plugs for the economy. And they're the ones that will spend, which will then create jobs and get the economy going like they do in Europe. I am basically a socialist. I appreciate what Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and all of Europe is doing. I went to Harvard and also the Naval Academy. Also, I think you should address the problem putting the dentist under Medicare, and also not do universal health care but national health care, which get the insurance companies out like they do in Europe. And I think we should use Europe as a model. I also like to see Ralph Nader come into your cabinet. And also Robert Reich would be very good to get into your cabinet, and myself included. I'll be in touch again with you. If you want to contact me, call me at 925-609-7967, Captain David Fry. I don't believe in Adam Smith as a capitalist economy of laissez-faire. Obviously, that's not working. The whole deck of cards of finance is falling apart under capitalism. Adam Smith. I do believe in Maynard Keynesian economics, like they have in Europe, which is the socialist economics, which is the middle, which is government working with the capitalist people in free enterprise, like they have in Europe. It's like a ruler, which is 12 inches long. At 1 inch, you have total government control, which is Karl Marx. At the opposite end, at the 12-inch ruler, you have no government, which is what we have today under Adam Smith, where the special interests run. But the 6 inches on the ruler which is the combination of capitalism and government run. And that's Maynard Keynesian economics, and I'm sure since you went to Harvard also, you're familiar with Maynard Keynes. And I thank you, and I'll be back on the line and talk to you again. Thank you. I also believe, President Obama, that the consumer is the most important person in this whole problem of getting a stimulus going. I think you should follow Maynard Keynesian economics like they do in Europe and Canada. We should look to Canada and Europe for the answers to solving this problem. Mr. Summers, who is also a Harvard graduate, Ralph Nader, you should have him on your cabinet, and also Mr. Reich and myself. You should not have these economic panel that support deregulation. We should have more regulation to curtail in the future any of the problems that can come up in the financial market. These people should be held accountable according to the rules and regulations that we have set up that will govern the financial market, not let them do whatever they please. We all know that this is a depression, not a recession. So let's call it what it is. Also, we also know that the true unemployment figures are skewed. They're not 6 or 7%, because you're only counted as being unemployed while you're on the unemployment, collecting unemployment for 26 weeks only. And once you're collected your unemployment after 26 weeks and you're still without a job and you've exhausted your unemployment claim, you're not considered then unemployed. So the true unemployment figures are not 6, 7, 8%. It's more like 25 to 30. And those figures should be revised. You should be counted even after you're finished collecting your unemployment and you're still out of a job. You should be counted as unemployed. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was the hero of the century of our country. He was the one that instituted the WPA, the CCC, and the work construction program for the American worker to put him back to work. The magic hand of the stupid Adam Smith capitalism did not come into play, and it still hasn't come into play. So let's be honest about this. We have to look to Europe and for Canada to follow what they have. Canada recently, in 4 years, has had 3 different governments because they have what they call a vote of confidence, where they can get rid of the government right immediately if it doesn't suit the Parliament or the people of Canada, and in 1 month they can get rid of that government and start a new one. We're stuck with these suckers for 4 to 8 years, which is ridiculous.